Yeah, so to start, just add npm init-y to create a package.json. Yeah, you can change here the main to main.js. That will be the entry point for our application. And then, yeah, you can change the author name. Let's see, John Doe, maybe. Or, yeah, I'll just use my name. Yeah, so I can get rid of these scripts for now. Add a description. I just use the MIT license because it's free. Let me npm install Electron. Wait a bit while it installs. Yeah, okay, so install the Electron dependency. I'll just add back here now the scripts. Start. Just run Electron dot, that will run the application, right? Starting with the main.js entry point. And then if I just run npm start, I can already see something, right? Oh. Yeah, it's because it's just missing the main.js. I'll just create it. Yeah, so new file, main.js. Let's start adding some code. I can already start, by the way, at this point. It will run Electron dot and should work. Except it won't show anything, right? Because we didn't add any code. But yeah, it already runs. So I can create an index.html an index.html with a head title. I'll set hello world and a body with an h1 set to also hello world, right? So that will be the basic the front end appearance of our page. So if I run npm start now, yeah, I think he also needs some code on main.js. So I can start adding here app and browser window. Just require those from Electron. Yeah, and then I can add a create window function to load the index.html into a new browser window instance, right? So I just do const win equals, yeah, new browser window. I can set the width and the height, and I just set win.load file index.html. So that creates that function will open the window, right? by the way, browser windows can only be created after the app app module can only be created after the app module's ready event is fired, right? So I have to add this app when ready, and then call create window when the when ready resolves the promise, right? So in this callback here, yeah. So now if I run npm start, yeah, it shows up the hello world. That's good. So that's the first step. Yeah. So now I can add this event here when windows are all closed. This is platform specific, right? So we have to handle if process.platform is not Darwin, which is macOS, then we quit the application entirely, right? That's platform specific on Windows and Linux. When you quit something, it usually quits the entire application. Yeah. Yeah. So if we listen to an activate event, we can create a window if no browser windows are open, right? So that will happen on macOS because it's yeah, it continues to run even without any windows open, and when you activate it and no windows are available, it opens a new one, right? So we just do here if browser window, so it's if it has no windows, right? So get all windows at length equals 0, then I create a new one. Yeah, and if I run npm start now, you can see that you can actually interact with everything in the window. You can even minimize and yeah, and exit, and that you just close everything, right? Yeah, because I'm running on Windows, so yeah. So I can do something here where I to demonstrate I will add the version of the app, right? So yeah, I can just set the as a variable the Node.js version that I'm using as a span here. I'll just make it an ID of Node version, and yeah, and also the version of Chromium that I'm using. Maybe Electron comes with Chromium inside of it out of the box, so we should have access to the Chromium version that it's using. We can also the Electron version, right? That's something we can have as well as a variable. And yeah, we can use a preload script to yeah, so here in the DOM we don't have access to the document context, but if we use a preload script, because it runs before the renderer, it has access to the renderer globals like window and document, and also access to a Node.js environment, right? So if I just do here window.add event listener DOM content loaded in the preload.js, I can just replace the text in the DOM yeah, so I can create a function here to replace a text that takes a selector and a text, and I just get element by ID. I'll use one of those selectors, right, that I specified in the HTML, and then if the element exists, then I set the element's inner text to the text param. Yeah. So now I'll just make a for loop with each one of those that I want the version, right? So Chrome, Node, and Electron. Then I can use Node.js process variable to get the versions, right? So I just make a template string here with the name of the dependency dash version, and I just fill it with process.versions dependency. So the dependency key for the versions, right? That comes with the process from Node.js. So that should fill the DOM with those with these variables that come from Node.js. So yeah, to attach this preload script to your renderer process, you just pass the path to web preferences.preload option, right? That exists in the browser window constructor. So for that, I'll have to import path from Node.js to help me construct the path, right, to that script. And yeah, just add a key here, web preferences, and I add preload inside of it, calling path.join with their name and then the name of the script, right, which is preload.js. So their name is the current path that you're in, so the path to this file main.js, and path.join basically takes two paths, in this case the current directory and preload.js, and makes a path that will work across all platforms, right? So it will work on Mac, on Windows, on Linux, everything. So you just pass that path to the web preferences, right? So that should attach the script to the renderer, and now you should have access to the variables. Okay, so now if you wanna have some developer tools available for you to debug, and you can just add a win.webcontents.openDevTools function here, and now when you run, it should be available for you, just like on Chrome, right? Yeah, so you have here the developer tools, everything the same as Chrome. You have a console, you have access to everything, the elements, so you can see the spans we added there with the values inside of it. Yeah, so now to package and distribute your application, you can use Electron Forge. That's the fastest way, right? So you can just npm install savedev Electron Forge to install it, and then you just use the import command to set up the Electron Forge scaffolding, right? So it's installing. Yeah, installed. So now I can just run npm npx Electron Forge imports to import everything, set up the scaffolding, right? Yeah, it's done, it worked. So now you just have to run the forge make command. So npm run make, and it will create an output folder called out, with the distributables, right? So there's a zip file there, and also a folder with everything. Yeah, so it's making for a Win32, which is because my platform is Windows, right? Already packaged the application. Yeah, so it's made. Project, everything should be in the out folder here. Yeah, so everything, the output here is made, and also we have the everything for installing, right? So they set up and everything.